And we're back. This is the WRMN Morning Show with your hosts, Susie C. and me.
Good morning.
And we have our guests in studio.
We sure do. We here have Eric Gaston Falk, who is the Vice President and General Manager of the Elgin Symphony Orchestra. And we have Donna Lake. What do you do there?
I'm the public relations manager.
Public relations. You know, I went to write that down. I'm like, I know she does something and it's fun, but I don't know what. So welcome to WRMN, and thank you for getting up early and coming and hanging out with us. Now, I'm going to ask you a couple of things, like how did you guys get started, or how did you get involved with the orchestra?
Well, I come from a music background, and I studied violin and viola growing up, and I've made a career out of administration for symphony orchestras. I worked for the St. Louis Symphony for many years, and also in Rochester, New York, for the Rochester Philharmonic. And
Wow!
During as the pandemic was sort of as people were starting to come back, I got a call from our CEO, Mark Thayer, and he asked me if I'd come work for him in Elgin, and so I've been here. I just finished my 4th season, and it's been a really great ride so far.
That's cool. Rochester, New York. That had to be pretty interesting.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
go with that. And how did you get involved?
Well, I live locally.
Okay.
And I have been a public relations publicist professional in the nonprofit area and have specialized with entertainment for years. So I actually started working with the symphony just a couple months before Eric came on board.
Okay.
During the pandemic, when we were trying to get some more publicity, I started working with them on that aspect and have grown with them ever since.
Oh my gosh, how fun. I know, how big is your orchestra? How many people?
So we have about 68 rostered members.
68?
Yes.
That's cool. That is very cool. And this is just me geeking out on music. Like, do you have like the tubas and the big giant drums and?
Oh, very much so.
That's okay. So Elliot will totally geek out on, Star Wars and Indiana Jones. You get me music and I'm going to geek out. So that's so cool. I've always wanted to, with those big, huge drums. I almost hit you in the head. I'm sorry.
The kettle drum?
What's the really big?
So you've got the kettle drums
in front of you, and it's like.
Well, there's also the bass drum.
The bass drum.
The bass drum, but the kettle drums, the timpani, are also a lot of fun.
And then the giant cymbals.
Yeah. I could do that. I always joke around because we have a lot of live music where I work, and people will be like, "Oh, do you play anything?" And I'm always like, "Oh, once in a while I'll pull out the electric triangle," and they'll just like stare at me blankly for a minute and go, "Wait, is that really a thing?" I'm like, "No, it's not a thing, but it sounds cool."
It does.
Oh my goodness! So tell us what is coming up. I know you guys have a 19th.
Yes.
Juneteenth. I couldn't spit out the word Juneteenth.
Yeah. So first off, and then I'll let you talk about it, Eric. But like the Elgin Symphony Orchestra, a lot of people know us from our subscription series that is really from basically October through May.
So what is that?
And so that's the subscription series is our classics. So you're going to hear, and Eric's better at the music part. Like I said, I am not a musician. I just love music.
Yeah.
I love hearing it. So that's another thing. Everyone can come to the symphony.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And you're going to hear something, maybe if you're not a musician, that you don't know, or you're going to learn more about it. But the symphony has the series that runs from from October to May that people are really maybe more familiar with, and that's at the Hemmons, the big orchestra orchestrations and presentations.
Okay.
But then during the season, and especially during the summer, we take smaller ensembles into the community because we're very community focused.
Okay.
And we want to share and be accessible to everyone. So I'll let Eric talk about some of the free concerts that we have coming up this summer in the community.
Yeah, I need to hear.
Well, so, you mentioned Juneteenth, and that is coming up this Thursday, the 19th.
Yes.
And we are thrilled to be working with Gail Borden Library and some local gospel church choirs. We have a brass quintet. It's a smaller ensemble from the orchestra. We'll be going to perform The performance is at 6:00 p.m. on Thursday, June 19, and it's going to be at the main library downtown, their outdoor stage. So people should bring blankets, lawn chairs, a picnic dinner if desired. All of that is welcome. But we're really honored to be included in the event, and it's always a pleasure to work with Gail Borden Public Library.
That is so cool. That's going to be a great event.
Um,
And I understand too that there will be food trucks there as well. So, which is always, a fun draw.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, and how long does that go? It starts at 6, you said, correct?
At 6. I think actually it's about an hour-long program.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Maybe a little bit longer, but it's Gail Borden's event, really, which is another great aspect about the symphony, being part of the community and having wonderful partnerships. So we partner with a lot of different organizations to bring musicians to some of their programs as well.
Okay.
And another partnership. So we're also part of the City of Elgin's Concerts in the Park series, and that is a week from Thursday. So the following Thursday on June 26th, that's going to be at 7:00 p.m. Again, we have a brass quintet. We find that brass is really we don't only use brass during the summer, but for these two events in June, it's both brass quintet, and they're going to be at Lord's Park at the Pavilion at Lord's Park.
Yeah, okay.
That's June 26th at 7 p.m. Again, it should be a fun, relaxing night out, and we're excited that the city asked us to be part of their series this year.
So how old is like your youngest member?
Oh gosh.
I mean, do you have like teenage? Are they 20s, 30s? So these are all adults?
They're all adults. They're all consummate professionals.
Okay.
A lot of them play in different orchestras in the Chicago region, Chicago Sinfonietta, Chicago Philharmonic. Some of them sub with the Chicago Symphony from time to time. They're an incredible group of musicians. They're all professionally trained, studied at university.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I couldn't tell you how young our youngest member is, but we just had.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
We just had Mark Kuntz from Elgin, who is from Elgin and has lived in Elgin his entire life, just retired from the symphony, and he had been with the symphony, since the 1950s, I think, or 60s, 1960s, like right in there. So he had been with us.
And how does
most of our
someone
career.
like join the symphony? Like, I mean, not that you're looking, just curious. I mean, I don't know that you're looking, but just curious. How does somebody go like, hey, I want to join a symphony? How does that happen?
We post auditions. There's audition information on our website when we are getting ready to have auditions, but we also post them nationally through the larger American Federation of Musicians and also the local Chicago Union.
That is so cool. Very cool. What do you think, Al?
It's incredible. Our guests can't hear because they don't have their headphones on, but
I can hear it.
I have been playing music from the Elgin Symphony Orchestra while you've been talking. That's music that you can access if you go to their YouTube page, Elgin Symphony Orchestra, ESO, and you can see some of the pieces. Right now, the Elgar Cello Concerto Movement 1 is playing.
It's beautiful.
I don't know. You guys should have like a lot of subscribers. I think go to YouTube and find this and see some of the world-class level talent that is playing for this particular orchestra.
I think for me, orchestra music, I mean, I don't want to say it like, I want to say it talks. Like right now, this piece, it can evoke to me, orchestra music can evoke so much emotion. 1 minute it's boom, boom, and you're like, oh, no crescendo. And then the next minute you're like, oh my God, what is it taking me like so sad? Like, it's so cool to me what an orchestra can do. Or, you go see a play and you've got the orchestra in the pit. And I want to say the last play I went to was a really long time ago. I saw Phantom in Chicago, and I was so focused on the orchestra in the pit that I kept looking, and I was like, this is amazing. Because most of the Phantom was so much music in Phantom, and it just evokes so much emotion, and I love that.
it's almost, it's hard to talk about. Just because it's such a powerful art form. And yes, I understand what you mean. It's when I go see a play or a musical, I'm always focused on what's going on down in the pit. Those musicians, you don't always see them, but their contribution is, it's
huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's huge. Just the piece he was playing, I could hear the strings, and I'm like, I could feel it in my heart. I'm like, oh, I can't be getting sad right now. It was a great interview. But it was. I was like, oh, what is he playing? I love it. I absolutely love it.
Not the first time I've made her cry.
No,
folks.
it's not. Actually, no, it's not. He's made me cry at least 4 times.
And I would say that's part of what is really special about the summer concerts as well, because it is more, it's in an outdoor venue where you are very close to the performers, to the musicians. So you do get to see them. And then I would say, like, I take my nephews who are 8 and 9 to the Hemmons for the series sometimes. And sometimes we'll sit in the balcony so that they can look down and see all the different instruments. Cool. And, because they don't realize, how many different musical instruments there are, what the sounds are. So they get to watch all of that and have that same.
Yeah, that's great.
Experience.
So the concerts in the park, those are family friendly?
Absolutely.
Okay, and now what about the Juneteenth event? Is that a family friendly?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, I think everybody needs to take their kids at least once just to see and hear and feel. I think, he's playing this and I'm like, oh, it's hitting me in the heart.
I'd like to know how a symphony orchestra would not be family friendly. When does the X-rated piece get taken?
No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant some of the events might, it might be 21 and older because they have alcohol. Not the X-rated. Get your head out of the gutter.
I'm just saying.
He talks about me
They get blue with that string section there. Look out!
Stop. No, I just meant if there was like an outdoor event that it was 21 and older because of the alcohol content or guys like this who are going to be there. Like, seriously. So, no, that's very cool. I think everyone needs to bring their kid at least once to see a symphony. Our friend Karen, actually, your friend Karen says her sister plays the cello professionally. The cello is another one that, bam, just hits you in the heartstrings.
Absolutely.
So, and you said you played violin and viola?
Yes.
What was your favorite thing to play? Like your favorite, and he's like, I don't want to say a song because it's not a song. What are they called when they're playing? A piece.
A piece.
A piece. Yes. What was like when you were? What just gets you passionate? Where you're like, oh, I love this one so much.
Honestly, one of the most rewarding and pleasurable, but also very difficult things to play. But it's something that reaps lots of rewards is playing solo Bach. Yeah. That's
interesting.
It never gets old. There are always new things to discover as a player.
Oh my
in
goodness.
that repertoire.
I just wrote that down because I'm going to listen to it. Very cool. And so now you're doing all this PR. What's your favorite part of it? I mean, getting to go and see or like setting up things. What part gets you all passionate and excited?
Sharing this passion that Eric and all of the musicians have. Really, it's really it's special to see them out in the community playing, whether it is at one of the big concerts, whether it's at one of these smaller summer concerts, smaller ensembles, or we're in the community at hospitals and
hospitals
and hospices and all of that. So we're really passionate about sharing this music. And I am not a musician, so it's always fun for me.
I'll teach you how to play the electric triangle.
There we go.
Got you.
See? There we go.
I got you.
So it's really fun for me to be able to share that. I just have a curiosity.
Yeah.
So I love music. I'm not a musician, but I just always wanted to experience different forms. So I am out at the symphony concerts. I'm out at other concerts. Just go out and experience it.
Well, Thursday, will you be there Thursday? See, Thursdays don't work for me because I work at night as well. But will you be there on Thursday?
I'm actually going to Summerfest on Thursday.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
wow.
who are you going to see at
calling each
Summerfest?
other out.
Sorry.
I'm not going to be there. Are you?
Well, I was going to say take some pictures and some video and send it to me.
We will get pictures.
Yeah.
We will get
Who are you going to
pictures.
see at Summerfest?
Gary Clark Jr., my husband wants to go see. He wants to go see like bluesy. And
Yeah.
jazz,
Okay.
the
Yeah, because I would love to get some video or some pictures. And anytime you guys have, if you have flyers or anything, send me pictures because we'll post it all over the interweb and so get the word out. So, and if you ever do anything like on the weekends, let me know.
Thank you.
Because then I can show up. Then I can show up. And I can drag Elliot with me. Elliot loves when I drag him places.
Yeah, it's always so much fun.
It is.
It will be with us.
Yes. See?
I know. And again, I'm joking about the Susie C part, but the bit with I guess I do want to reiterate, not every city has its own orchestra.
That's very true.
The fact that Elgin has its own orchestra, and again, look at what they've posted on their YouTube page. Look at the level of talent that is playing it with that orchestra, folks. This is sort of thing you can't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. This is something that not everyone gets. The fact that you don't have to go all the way into the city to listen to CSO, or all the way to Boston for the Boston Pops, or all the way to California to listen to, the Los Angeles Symphony Orchestra. You have your own world-class level orchestra here locally within your own community. You've gotta enjoy it.
So cool. I think one of the things that one of the first times that I really listened to symphony, I was watching a movie and the woman kept playing Madame Butterfly. And it was like, so I'm sure you could figure out what movie it was, but with Glenn Close and
man, you gotta always goes back to Fatal Attraction with you.
It was Fatal Attraction. That was her favorite. Like she always played Madame Butterfly, and that like very much intrigued me just because of the music. Where I'd be like, what is that? Mm-hmm. And then when she was saying that was Madame Butterfly, I was like, oh, I went and looked it up and listened to it because I thought that was really, really a cool piece. So, well, I'm so glad you guys came out. What else do you got for me? Anything?
Oh, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that also at the very beginning of July, on July 2nd, we are doing a brass and percussion. The whole ESO brass and percussion section will be performing in Barrington. It's a patriotic brass and percussion concert. It's at 6:30 p.m. in Citizens Park in Barrington. And the concert has been made possible through the generous support of the Barrington Area Community Foundation and also the Music Performance Trust Fund.
Oh, that's going to be amazing.
So you're talking your big booms, your cymbals, all of that.
Patriotic.
Come out for that. And it's free.
And I think that's a Wednesday night.
It is a Wednesday night, yes.
Ooh, Elliot.
Wait, are you going to be there?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go.
Are you going to be there?
I'm going to be there.
Okay, see, now
I will not miss it.
Okay.
I will be there.
Yeah, that's a Wednesday night. I could do that. So 6:30 at Citizens Park in Barrington.
Yes.
And if you send me something, I will put that up on our Facebook page.
Great. Okay.
So yeah, the more we can promote, the better. That's so cool. What about you? You got anything else for us?
Well, we do have, for anyone who has not been to the symphony before, we are giving away free subscriptions this month, every Monday. We're giving away 2 pairs of subscriptions to our 6 concert series, that October to May series. So all you have to do is go to elginsymphony.org/giveaway. Elginsymphony.org is our website where you can find out all the information about every concert that we have coming up.
Awesome. Yep. Send me that too, because I'll post that. I'll be getting in on that.
Folks, that's huge. An entire season series. That is a tremendous thing to get, because again, the symphony is not. I mean, it's a great night out, but you're planning that. Holy moly!
And it's 2 tickets, so it's you and a friend. So
nice. So if someone doesn't win, what does the subscription cost?
They start at $98, so it's really reasonable for 6 concerts.
That's it?
Yes.
Wow.
So yeah, definitely. If you don't win, go to elginsymphony.org or and look.
Yeah, just
more.
go. Try to win, but go. Support. That's amazing. Only $98. Listen, you go out one night for dinner and a couple of drinks, and you've already spent $98. This $98 gets you 6 nights out. Right? And then you can go out and have a drink or food before or after. But this $98 gets you 6 nights out. So go to elginsymphonyorchestra.org because you are an organization. And support.
It's just Elgin Symphony.
Elgin Symphony. Okay. elginsymphony.org. Sorry.
And FYI, a night out with Susie C is not family friendly.
Yes, it is. It is.
Gonna go out for a drink afterwards. You're 13. You got a learner's permit. You could be my designated driver.
You are so wrong, Elliot, and kind of right in a weird way. So go subscribe, get your tickets. Let's meet in Barrington.
Yeah. No.
Come out to the Juneteenth here at the Gail Borden Library.
Who do I gotta bribe to get the ESO to do a John Williams arrangement?
Typically, that's me that you have to bribe, but you don't have to work very hard at that.
All right.
We enjoy programming a variety of things, and John Williams is very close to all of our hearts.
We have found our love language is food. So I don't know. That's our love language.
You tell any John Williams piece. Oh, look out! Although I hear the license for that is fairly expensive, like to get the music.
Actually, for John Williams is a little bit of a rarity. It's actually he himself through his publisher has made a lot of his music very affordable for orchestras to perform.
Oh wow, that's great.
So
right.
yeah, so when you hear, it's one of the. There's many wonderful things about John Williams, the music. He's a wonderful man. But he's really made it affordable for orchestras to play his music just in open air concerts in the concert hall. Is very generous.
Are you looking for a Star Wars piece or a
Either
Indiana Jones piece? Is that what you're hinting at?
Star Wars, Indy, or the Superman theme, which is
Yes.
whoo, yeah, but that's a good summertime too.
See, this is how we geek out differently, but sort of the
I
same.
think that's great. Those are big orchestras too, like really full.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my
much
goodness,
fun.
I love it. Well, I know we got only a couple minutes left. I don't want to miss anything. So did we cover everything you wanted to cover?
I just think that point of the programming and being, we're really Chad and Eric are trying to make sure that we really have the classics, the big composers that everyone knows and loves. But I think every concert basically has something a little bit different, a little bit new that, might spark some interest for someone that they haven't heard. They haven't heard it before. So it is a really big variety of programming. So there's something for everyone at every concert.
So each month in your series, your subscription, it's different. Are they like themed? Are they not themed? But you know what I mean? Like this month we're going to do this type of, or this month we're going to do.
Well, for example, for our opening the concerts of the season in October, it's going to be an all-American program. And some of the pieces people will know, the big pieces, Gershwin's Piano Concerto in F, which is a fantastic showpiece. And if you love Gershwin, you don't want to miss this. Everyone knows Rhapsody in Blue, and the Concerto in F is very much along the same lines. So it's a fantastic piece. But every program has its hook.
Right.
And every program has basically a guest artist.
Yeah.
Too. So we're bringing in both really well-known musicians as the soloists and up-and-comers that, you'll have this wonderful experience, as you said, and you don't have to go out of town. We're right here. Parking is free in Elgin.
Nice.
It's very convenient to get to. And as we said, the subscriptions start at $98 for 6 concerts.
And if you're listening, this is Eric Gaston Falk. He is the Vice President and General Manager of the Elgin Symphony Orchestra. And this is Donna Lake, and she is in charge of publicity. Publicity. I could not think of the word. Let's do it again tomorrow.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000